Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. Now you guys have probably seen the high school makeup challenge where basically you would recreate your makeup the way you would do it in high school, but I decided to make a little twist on that. I kind of don't want to do my makeup the way I did it in high school because it's kind of embarrassing. So instead what I decided to do was a kind of reimagining of how I did my makeup in high school. Basically, how I would do my makeup if I had the makeup I have today. Because obviously a lot has changed since high school in the world and also in makeup. Just for the sake of perspective, I went to high school between the years of 2008 and 2012. So I might be showing my age now in case you didn't know, but that's the time I went to high school and a lot has changed since then. So there's a lot more options and products that my tiny little 16 or 17-year-old self could only dream of. So what I'm going to be recreating is this look right here. I call it the raccoon eye with red because I literally did two types of makeup looks in high school. The raccoon eye, which is just the straight black, and the raccoon eye with red, which is what you see here. I'll also put a different picture with me on a different day when I wore a very similar look. I'm sorry you can't see my eyes. I was very much an emo kid at heart. And I kind of still am in a weird way. But let's just get in with the video. So I haven't tested this out yet. I have done a variation of this look in my day-to-day as an adult, but I haven't visited it in a very long time. So this is just as fresh as it is for me as it is for you watching it. So let's just get into it. Now, I'm going to be using my little mirror inside my Glam Goth Beauty palette because it's the biggest mirror I have. And also, it looks pretty. So let me just look at my face real quick and make sure I got my hair out of my face and you guys can see my nice big old forehead. And I'm just gonna pull my hair out of the way just so I don't have to deal with that. Normally, guys, I have shorter hair. And I don't know how y'all girls do it with the long hair. I can do it. Okay, so I have a lot less eyebrow than I did in those pictures, but you wouldn't be able to tell because you can't see my eyebrows. So we're gonna start with some primer. Now I'm gonna be using the Urban Decay Primer Potion. Now, if I am not mistaken, this primer was available when I was in high school, I think, but I couldn't afford it. This primer is like $20 and I was a cheap little high school student who would get anything that she could from the drugstore. So I didn't discover primer until like maybe late junior year, senior year, and that's when like e.l.f. had their version of this. So I just gonna get a nice little amount of primer onto my lids to make sure it actually stays, because in high school, like I said before, I didn't really wear primer, so by the end of the day I would have black makeup or black and red makeup just bleed across my face. It was not a cute look, but I thought I looked awesome and grungy, so I just didn't care. So we got our primer on, and now we're just gonna go in with our eyeshadow. I'm going to try to use makeup that I would have used back then, or I would have been able to kind of have access to, just so it's not so detached. So I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild 40 palette for my main palette. So in case you guys forgot what it looks like, this is what it looks like. It doesn't have a mirror though, so we're going to go with that. So I'm going to pick up a little brush here. Now I'm going to go in with this red eyeshadow right here. You guys can go in with any kind of red eyeshadow. There's so many on the market. When I was younger, the closest thing I could find to a red eyeshadow was a sparkly, shimmery, kind of orangey scarlet color that wasn't like a true red. And I think at the time Sugar Pill had just come out with their red eyeshadow, maybe, Love Plus. But unfortunately, I didn't have a credit card because I was a high school student. So I'd made do with what I had. So I'm going to just tap off that excess and let's just get into it. And I'm going to start at the edge of my eye and then go inwards. Now when I was younger, I did very rounded type of eye makeup. I didn't really like pull it out the way I do nowadays. So I'm gonna try to keep the essence of that type of makeup look. So I'm just grabbing my red eyeshadow and I'm just kind of packing it in and then slightly sweeping it from the outside. That red, guys. Little 16 or 17-year-old me would have lived to have a red eyeshadow like this. In case you were wondering how I actually got the red in those photos, I would actually use a red lip liner to do the red, and I would just kind of draw it over my eye on top of the black. And let's just say it was a challenge to try to make it look somewhat cohesive. Now I'm just kind of pulling it further into my eye. I like to start from the outside in, but sometimes I'll start from the inside out. It just depends. But I find that from the outside it is probably the best. I want to make sure that they're nice and rounded, which might be hard because nowadays I just love to wing out my eyeshadow. Okay, now I'm going to get some more eyeshadow and then just do the bottom half of my eye. Now I'm just kind of connecting the top and the bottom, trying to round it out. I don't know why I would always round out my eyeshadow in this way as a teenager. I just thought it looked really cool. But now I'm just like, why did I do that? It just made my eyes look kind of weird in the worst way possible, but whatever. And I'm gonna pull it more towards my eyebrows just so you guys can really see that color. When I was younger, I wouldn't pull it up this high because I had eyebrow there. God, I had such hairy eyebrows back then. I mean, I still do, but I would get them waxed every so often, and it was expensive as a little teenager to get them waxed. And then eventually I just learned to do them myself because I wanted to save as much money as possible so I could go to concerts. That's what I really love to do. Okay, so after we look like we got punched in the face, we are going to now do the black. Now, this is the scary part. We're gonna take a nice creamy eyeliner. This one's by Wet n Wild. I actually did use Wet n Wild eyeliner back then, but it was like the $1 one where that says just like the long kohl liner. So I'm just going to hope for the best here because I haven't done this particular, oh, I broke my, oh, that happened. Is this a sign from the makeup gods that I shouldn't even try to reimagine this look because it's a sign I shouldn't do it. So I'm just gonna sharpen my little creamy eyeliner. Hopefully it don't break on me again. Okay, let's try this again. So I'm gonna take my black liner right here and kind of line the top part and kind of make like a little pit of black. It's probably the most incorrect terminology ever, but let's just go with it. So we got like a nice little pit of black there. Nice little black pit of despair. Like my soul at the age of 16. I was such an edgelord back then. Do people even use that word nowadays, edgelord? I don't know. So I'm going to grab a kind of packed up brush. This is the Morphe M153. And I'm just gonna kind of smoke that or blend that into my red and hope that I don't fuck this up because you know what, actually maybe my old technique wasn't bad. Now I really look like I got punched in the eyes. Nice. So I'm just gonna take that same color and kind of just sweep it towards the bottom. I'm going to try to avoid using more eyeliner if I can avoid it. Okay, I just look like I came out of the My Chemical Romance 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge era. So far, I'm not liking how this is looking, but it's okay. We can save it. We can save this. And I'm just gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Create a nice little black pit of despair. And then sharpen my pencil because this liner is very creepy. Or should I say this liner is very creamy? Not creepy. I mean, it could be creepy, but let's just roll with it. Or it breaks again. That happens. I'm telling you guys, it's a sign. I shouldn't even be trying this. I've angered the makeup gods, guys. They're not happy with me. Okay. Now let's just go back in and then blend this other eye out. Honestly, guys, it was pretty damn close to what I would look like back then. Because I wouldn't even try to make it look nice. This is how I would walk out and I thought it looked amazing. Nope. Well, I guess it goes to show like how much you grow and how much like your makeup changes over the course of time. Like, don't get me wrong, I love like these grungy smoked out looks, but I definitely would not go out like this. I would do a lot of work to it. Okay, so we got our black eyeliner kind of smoked out, but I lost some of the red in the process, which I kind of figured was going to happen, so I'm going to go back in with a little bit of red. And I know I said I was going to try to keep it as rounded as possible. Well, guess what? I lied. We're going to pull it out because I do not like how this is looking. Okay, that's a little bit better. Do the same with the other eye. Good thing I started out with eyeshadow, guys. Let's just say that. Okay, that looks... still looks bad, but it looks better. Oh man, what was I thinking? Okay. Now we're gonna go in with our black eyeshadow. We're gonna try using the black eyeshadow in this palette. If not, we'll switch out to a different black. And I'm still going to use the same Morphe brush that I used before. I'm just going to kind of pack that in. Were any of you guys like emo as hell as I was, or... I'm pretty sure I wasn't the only one, but I feel like this particular look was like really popular amongst the emos back in my day. But I don't know, like, do you emo kids nowadays like do your makeup the same way? Or do you guys like... you guys get good? Because clearly you guys have so much like options and tutorials and access to makeup. It's insane. Like, honestly, I'm pretty happy that you guys have way more options than I did, because now you guys can truly express yourselves like the way you want to. So that's pretty cool. So sound down below if you're like a little emo kid nowadays. Do you guys do your makeup like this, or do you guys do it a different way? Because clearly, I'm an old emo lady who doesn't really know what the kids like nowadays. Starting to come together, not too bad. There's always that part of makeup where it starts looking worse before it starts looking better, so that's pretty good. And now I look like raccoon eyes with red. It's raccoon eyes with red is starting to come together, but a little bit like much more cleaner than it was. And so I'm just gonna smoke out some of that black into the red. And again, I'm gonna try pulling that out because I feel like it looks better on my face now than it did back then. And I'll kind of pull it out almost like I'm winging it, but not really. Alright, so now I'm going to go back in with red and the cycle continues. Actually, this is pretty similar to what I did back then with like that red like lip liner. Apparently I haven't learned much of anything, or I guess old habits die hard. But whatever. Yeah, I even did it this slow. I'm getting such like flashbacks Oh man. Simpler times, man. Simpler times. And I look just as crazy as I did back then, except I thought I looked cool. So since this is getting really muddy, like towards the bottom of my face, I'm gonna clean up my face real quick and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, I have returned now. I cleaned up a lot of that shadow and kind of sharpened up everything. I think it looks a lot better now that it's a little bit sharpened, but I did notice that I did take the black a lot lower on this eye than on this eye. So I'm gonna just take the black down so they're both a little bit more even. And I'm gonna use the same Morphe brush from before just to kind of make sure they kind of even out, because it's very obvious that one eye is higher than the other. Okay, that looks a lot more even, but now it looks too dark. Okay, so that's pretty good. And I'm just gonna pull the black into like a winged out shape. I already know I said I wasn't gonna do this, but too bad, so sad. I'm still gonna do it anyway. This is a reimagined look after all. Okay, so that's looking a little better than when we started. And just to go back with tradition, I'm going to go in with a red eyeliner. This one's from Revlon. And I'm just going to line this part here at the bottom, because I remember now when I was younger, I had the same issue where the bottom parts would get really muddy very quickly. So I'm just gonna line this area just to get that red back. So far, I look like a refined high school version of me, which I think High School Me would have greatly appreciated. And if any makeup artists are watching and I'm using horrible techniques, I am so sorry you have to watch this. I know it must be kind of painful to see someone apply makeup so poorly. Okay, so I think we're good with the eyes. Again, this seems to be the common trope in this video, is just to keep cleaning up the areas with a makeup wipe. But that's literally my solution to everything, guys. Is just fix it with a makeup wipe and worry about it later. Okay, I look like I got punched in the face and I look spooky. I could vibe with this, kind of. So let me just see if my eyes look even. They don't, but I think it's too late now. Okay, we're just gonna go with that. All right, just to finish up the eyes, because I'm gonna get, the cycle won't end and I'll keep adding and taking away until the giant raccoon eyes are the size of my cheeks. So we're not gonna do that. So I'm gonna take this liquid eyeliner. This one's by NYX if you're curious, and I'm just gonna draw like an inner wing. Okay, that looks pretty decent, I will have to say. Alright, now I'm just gonna line my waterline with some black, and then we'll move on to the rest of the face. Okay, so we're done with the eyes. I look like I belong in the Misfits, which is not a bad thing. I like the Misfits. So now we're just gonna go on and do the base itself. But I'm just gonna wipe my fingers real quick because I got lots of makeup on them when I didn't intend to. Now, since I covered most of my eye, I'm not going to use any concealer because we're going for that like I haven't slept for 1,000 years type of look. But I do want to cover up some of my face imperfections. High school me wore basically no foundation. I think I wore powder on a few occasions and I hated how it looked, so I just didn't really bother with it until maybe my college years when I actually started wearing foundation. So I'm just gonna go in with my It Cosmetics CC cream, and I'm just gonna go straight onto the face. Normally I add a matte primer with it, which is right here, but my skin is feeling a little dehydrated, so I'm just gonna skip it for today. I'm starting at the base of my nose and then working my way out because that's where most of my coverage needs to be, is my nose area. Okay, so the face is now pretty covered now. This is a pretty nice full coverage finish, and it does my color correcting all in one, so I don't gotta worry about any redness around my nose or anything like that. So now that's done. Now, high school me did not wear any blush because I hated it. I also did not contour or fill in my eyebrows. Like I said earlier, I didn't do any of that. It was just like all the eyes and a lip color. So to keep in the spirit of that, I am not gonna add any blush or contour, and I'm not gonna do anything to my brows. I'm just gonna give them a nice little brush through with my fingers, because this is literally all I did. Nice little brush through with the fingers. I'm telling you guys have it. You guys know so much that I did not know when I was like 16 years old. Like, I would just brush my eyebrows with my fingers. I didn't learn about like spoolies until later on. So, y'all kids, just a nice little brush to my eyebrows. But it worked. I think I would, here's another thing I would do. I would add gel to my eyebrows because I was too cheap to buy brow gel. So I would get hair gel and just slick my brows down. And when I ran out of hair gel, I would use hair pomade and just pomade down my brows. Yeah, I was that person. So we're not gonna do that because I don't want hair pomade in my brows. I don't know what I was thinking, but my brows are not bad today, so we're not gonna bother with them too much. So I didn't really wear lipstick either. I would wear a black lipstick every once in a while, but black lipstick then was very difficult to get. The only places you could get black lipstick was Hot Topic and the Halloween store during Halloween. So my black lipstick was a Halloween makeup lipstick. Other than that, I would start wearing like lip balm, like tinted lip balm. And one of the lip balms that I used was by Lip Smacker. This is the Dr. Pepper flavored lip smacker. I recently found out that they still make this, so I'm like, I have to get my little peepers on this. So literally, I would just wear either a tinted lip balm, has to be flavored. The lip balm had to be flavored because of, you know, teenage things. It had to be flavored. And this is basically all I did. Oh, I did forget one thing. I also didn't wear mascara back then because I thought it was pointless, because I'm like, my eyes are black anyway, like why am I gonna wear mascara? Well, there's a difference. Teenage Griselda, there is a difference. So I will not skip that because I am not about to have really ashy looking eyelashes with all of this heavy makeup. This is not happening. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of mascara to my eyes. They're not gonna be curled or anything, it's just so they can fit the look. And this is pretty much what the look would be reimagined. I would obviously just wear some foundation and then this would be it. But the little person in me, or should I say the adult in me, can't live without any kind of lip product. So I'm going to be using this lipstick, or should I say this Lip Brilliance by Reina Rebelde, and this is in the color Malinche. So I'm gonna use this little lip gloss because this look is not complete without a little lip gloss. All right, guys. Okay, guys, so this is the finished look. I look a little crazy. I look a little crazy. I think I just need like the swoopy emo hair. Like, do I have enough emo hair to actually make, no, I don't have enough hair to actually make it happen. So this is me reattempting, or should I say reimagining my high school makeup if I had the things I have today. Surprisingly, I wouldn't have changed very much. Like always, all my attention was on the eyes back then. I just decided to wear the lipstick or lip gloss because I looked a little funny without it. It definitely kind of helps bring everything together a little bit better, but I still look crazy nonetheless. I hope you guys had fun watching me do whatever it is the hell I just did on my face, and let me know if you guys want to see me reattempt to do the raccoon eyes, the standard raccoon eyes, no red, in another video in the future. So like always, guys, take care of yourselves, wash your hands, be kind, and also as a little mindless self-promotion, I do have my website. If you guys aren't aware, I am an artist. I went to school for art and also creative writing, so now I have a website where you guys can check that out. It's going to be exoduscross.com. It is now live, and you guys are going to be able to see all of my artwork, some of my poetry, and I'm also going to be keeping a blog there where I just write about random things that are on my thoughts. So if you guys kind of want to get to know me more on that sort of level, please check out my website. It would really mean a lot to me. And I plan on updating the blog at least like once a week if I can. So there you go, mindless self-promo ending. So like always, guys, I love you guys. Take care of yourselves, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.